One of the things I have always wanted to do in VR, even though I'm deathly afraid of heights, is soar through the New York skyline as Spider-Man. And thanks to a new virtual reality experience from Marvel, well, you get to do just that. You don the red mask yourself and go on an adventure to save the city. This again is a short movie tie-in experience that normally I would avoid, but because I love Spider-Man, well, I had to check it out, and I'm really glad I did. Again, this is a very short, about 15-minute long experience, but there is a free mode, and it allows you to fully explore the city and take part in combat training and time trials. The story is about a large robot destroying New York, and you have to stop him. He's armored with parts of the road, and you need to use your webs to pull them off while swinging through the buildings and keeping up with the running robot. Eventually, you put up huge webs between buildings to capture him and stop its path of destruction. This is not the Spidey game we deserve, but it is a nice little look at what could be possible with a true Spider-Man game. Again, I have a renewed sense of optimism that an actual Spider-Man game could head our direction. We already know that an Iron Man one is on the way. With the massive catalog controlled by Marvel, we could have an amazing future of feeling like superheroes. After you play the story, go into free mode and have some fun destroying robots in a number of combat simulations, and then test your web-slinging ability with the time trials. It's free. Okay, the graphics aren't the best, and there are some unnatural movements with Spider-Man, but it's the best we've had so far. I'm looking forward to what's coming next, and I'm glad to know that Marvel is committed to the VR community. Spider-Man Far From Home, the virtual reality experience, is available right now on all platforms and gets 3 out of 5 stars here on your weekly tech update. And finally, I want to end the show today on another VR experience that you can get for free. However, this is anything but an official release. A research student by the name of Dylan Stout created this game that he called Project Stardust, and it's a recreation of the Death Star battle. It gives you control of an X-Wing and lets you fly down the trench and shoot through the exhaust port at the end that's no bigger than 2 meters. And you know, I used to bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters. You can check out the full explainer on Reddit, but Dylan was studying the effects of VR sickness and created the game to help. You can help as well by filling out a quiz that can also be found on Reddit. For any Star Wars fan, this is another must-play. He did a great job of putting it all together and feels, again, like a modern remake of an old title. And if you like tough games, well, you will love this. And it will, of course, put your motion sickness threshold to the test. I never felt sick in the slightest and had a great time the whole ride, which again, I feel like a broken record, is about 20 minutes long. I can say that it makes you twist and turn in space, and I can totally see how it could mess with you, but I personally never had any effects. You will, however, crash, and crash a lot, over and over again, unless you are a complete pro. It took me a while to get the hang of flying in the trench, and you have a very little margin for error, but you will eventually figure it out and make it to the end. Even though this is not an official game, well, it really feels like it, and sounds like it too, as the developer used original audio from the movies. How was he able to do this, you ask? Well, it seems he is walking a fine legal line. He posted on Reddit, quote, "I got a form letter response from Lucasfilm stating, 'We receive many requests seeking permission to use material from the Star Wars motion pictures, and we are unfortunately unable to grant permission for uses that are not associated more closely with our films. And therefore, please take care not to make any commercial use of our properties. He continued saying, I'm going to assume that commercial means for profit, and that a fan-made free-to-play game that has no intention to monetize is not violating their directive. That being said, here are the droids you're looking for, until I get taken down. If you want to check it out for yourself and you have an Oculus or a Vive, just search Reddit for Project Stardust X-Wing VR. This is not even an official game, so I'm not going to give it a rating, but I will say you have to play it. It's free, and it's what every Star Wars fan has been waiting for. A huge thank you to Dylan and all of the people who developed the props and skins that he used in this project. Thanks to all of these great Star Wars games and experiences, I feel that I have gotten my Star Wars fix recently, and now I want them to move on to Star Trek. We have Bridge Crew, which is great, but now let us walk around the Enterprise, transport down to unknown worlds, and play around in the holodecks. Thanks for watching your weekly tech update. If you have a story you think we should feature on the program, you need to shoot me an email, djraymcneil@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at Your Weekly Tech Update, and check out the podcast, audio and video versions available on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Audio Burst, and elsewhere on the interwebs. Till next time, I'm Ray McNeil. Good night, world. Your Weekly Tech Update brought to you by Holiday Home Care, Phillip Island, Victoria, Australia. It's your turn to relax.